Good evening, San Diego. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis, and thank you for tuning in for your CBS 8+ weather update. Well, let's just enjoy the calm before the storm. It has been so nice. Yeah, we've had all that sunshine and we're into spring, but now we're going to have a throwback to winter. And we even have some alerts to talk about as a strong winter storm looks to make its mark across Southern California by this weekend. Now we have the clouds that are already starting to roll in. We are seeing some high cloud coverage. That's when you know things are about to change up, especially when we were dealing with a lot more sunshine yesterday and a lot less of the cloud coverage by the afternoon hours. We just had the marine layer, and then we got to the afternoon, things were looking pretty good. We still have some blue sky out there, but we are seeing the clouds start to move in all ahead of that next storm system. So we are dry and we'll stay in that range for most of the night, but then you're seeing that uptick when it comes to our rain chances by tomorrow afternoon. A little bit of a lull, and then it picks up again as we have a surge of moisture moving in throughout much of our Saturday and holding on to that all the way through Sunday. So we have some very high chances when it comes to our rainfall for this weekend. It's all because of an incoming area of low pressure, even tapping into an atmospheric river. It will be relatively weaker for us here in San Diego County compared to the rest of the state. But the state, especially for Northern California, now dealing with a lot of rain starting to move in, seeing that impact across the Pacific Northwest. That high pressure system that we recently had, that was our main weather maker. It is breaking down as it moves towards the east, and this low is going to take over. So let's go ahead and get to the alerts that probably had your phone buzzing earlier today. Wind advisory has been issued. That's for the coast, with those gusts picking up by tomorrow. Also looking at those gusts picking up across the mountains and the desert, where they will be stronger in the 50s and 60s. So wind advisories will start this weekend with that storm system. Not just talking about wind, but a combination of high gusty winds and also slick roads out there. Heavy snow is expected this weekend across our mountain, especially on Sunday, and that snow levels coming down from about Saturday night through Sunday. So we could see an upwards of about 6 to 8 inches of snow in Mount Laguna. You're talking about some slick roads. You're talking about some snow. Travel could be impossible at some times. We are talking about difficult to impossible. So even potentially dealing with chains, you can see some of those roads being closed off, especially along the 8 as we do have that snow level coming down. And then you're talking about Sunrise Highway as well. So a winter storm warning will go into effect for much of our Sunday across the mountains. And at the highest peaks, we could see an upwards of about 10 inches of snow. So those chances are very high. That's why the warning has been issued by the National Weather Service. So that's going to be for the mountains. And as mentioned, you also have those strong gusts that are going to be taking place at the same time. So very dangerous conditions for our mountains this weekend, especially mainly talking about on Sunday when it comes to snow, rain looking to be more of a factor for much of Saturday. You also have strong gusts picking up and high surf. Large breaking waves right back along our coastline, could be dealing with some 10-footers, and we'll also have a chance for an isolated thunderstorm or two by Sunday right along the coastline. Small craft advisory being issued for boaters. That's because of building seas as well as those strong gusts. Seas 9 to 12 feet. So things will be dangerous this weekend as we do have this blustery winter storm that is just going to move in. Now let's set the clock in motion and time out the rain just a little bit. When we look at those chances, they start to come in by tomorrow afternoon. As mentioned, you saw that one graphic that had basically a lull for the rest of our Friday, and then you saw that big uptick. Here's why. The moisture starts to arrive. You're seeing more of it across North County around 2:20 tomorrow afternoon. You're also seeing some showers straying from Del Mar back towards the South Bay and then over the Atlantic, or excuse me, the Pacific. That's going to move in for this weekend. Then we're seeing it more across the backcountry by about 4:10 in the afternoon across the mountains, seeing it impact even for the desert. East County seeing a stronger pocket of rainfall near Hamul. That will then move out for a little bit. That's that lull we were talking about a little bit in the evening hours on Saturday. And then we have that next surge that moves in, bringing a thunderstorm that we will potentially see. This is what the model is suggesting as of tonight. And I always say this is subject to change, but it's indicating that we could see a strong cell around Santee moving in towards Ramona. So a big area just being impacted by the potential for a thunderstorm. Also starting to see some of that snow across our mountains as that snow level comes down. Then it's a little bit less intense, but still seeing some snow across the mountains near Mount Laguna into the overnight hours as we transition from Saturday into Sunday. Another influx of moisture in the early morning hours while we're sleeping, and then rain comes down again, and even seeing another cell near Santee and some heavy snowfall picking up for portions of the mountain. So seeing that near Mount Laguna and then impacting potentially right along Sunrise Highway. You're seeing that around 7:20 in the morning on Sunday. Still holding on to wet weather in the forecast. Similar area when it comes to heavy snow. Then you're seeing another pocket of heavier rainfall near Bonita as well as for Santee, and seeing some of that moisture extend a little bit less intense, and that's across Palomar Mountain. So we're still locked into rounds of rain. This will not be consistent like a long stretch, as our chances are high all the way from Saturday in the afternoon hours to about Sunday night. So it's just on again, off again, and we're anticipating to see some of those heavier pockets moving in. Also talking about still some rain in the forecast around 4:15 on Sunday. You're still seeing some activity move in around 7:20 on Sunday, and then everything starts to dry out and clear out once we get past that point into Sunday night, and then transitioning into Monday where we take a minor break. All right, so when it comes to those totals, so this period of about Saturday morning, because we could see some light showers around then before heavier stuff moves in. So Saturday morning all the way through Sunday night, you're talking about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. That's for metro cities as well as for the coast. Then you have the inland valleys. Closer towards the foothills, you could see an upwards of 1.5 inches, pinpointing areas like Ramona. Also potentially seeing that for Valley Center. For Alpine, you have the mountains seeing some heavy rainfall also moving in, and that's upwards of about 2.5 inches. But then by Sunday, with that snow level coming down, it transitions into snow. Even measurable rainfall for the desert, where we could see a few hundredths of an inch to about 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. So we're looking at those high chances for this weekend, and then notice the drop off by Monday. Everything clears out with that area of low pressure, but we're still going to have a dip in the jet stream, so that offers up another surge of moisture by about Tuesday, a little bit of a break on Wednesday, and then you're talking about some chances for some passing showers. That's on Thursday as well as Friday, and that's because that one looks to be a little bit more of a quick mover. So we are holding on to those chances by next week as well, and then also some rain on Saturday. So I hope you've enjoyed the dry start that we've had to spring, because now the spring showers just going to start rolling in. When we look at our 8-day, you got the rain chances for this weekend, chance for thunderstorms on Sunday. You then have that little bit of a break by Monday. Then we're looking at another influx by Tuesday with a weaker system on Thursday, a little bit of a break by Friday, and then gearing up for more rain in the forecast by Saturday of next week. So it's just kind of a yo-yo effect when we look at our weather when it comes to some snow in the mountains, some rain in the forecast, strong gusty winds. We're going to keep this around for the next 8 days. As far as the desert is concerned, those strong gusty winds picking up with a wind alert, temperatures really just coming down. There is a chance, as I mentioned, that slight chance on Sunday we could see some wet weather, but for the most part, the desert's mainly going to be dealing with some gusty winds, cooler temperatures, a gradual warm up by middle of next week, and then we gear up for yet another storm system to start off next weekend. So keep those umbrellas nice and handy, and also keep us in mind, especially when you want your weather alerts, as we do have the CBS 8 app, and you can always get your alerts and your updates here, right here on CBS 8 Plus. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay dry, stay safe, and thanks for tuning in.